I promise, no politics, no world events today. Welcome to Navigating the Shift, where we are talking wonderful spiritual advancements and adventures today. So I had a new client who contacted me because he had gone through a shamanic journey, and he came out of it having seen Osiris, who told him that Osiris was his oversoul. And he was nights later up at the 3 a.m. like we all tend to be, and he searched online for Osiris Oversoul, and a couple pages down he saw my article about it. For those who don't know, many years ago I was in communication with this being who was very familiar to me, and at one point he said, I am the soul of who you call, typically you know the name of Osiris, but my spiritual name more closely is Arazu. It actually sounded almost like between an R and a W, Awazu, but then I didn't want to go, oh, it's Awazu, there we go, so I went with Ahrazu. And then he told me about fragmenting his soul, casting it into earth. That's the myth about him, and that those became individual souls that began incarnation. And then he said, and you're one of them. At which point I went, oh, no, not me. I'm not doing this. I'm not telling anybody this happened, Now I'm obviously a little more comfortable with it. So he had a really similar experience. He didn't get a name particularly, but I had a few emails back and forth with another gal who had an experience of finding out he was her oversoul, and the name she got was Araznu, which I think is really interesting. Mm-hmm. And then when I got this book about Egypt, told from an ancient wisdom keeper's point of view, they described what was called the land of Osiris, or Bu-Wazur. Oh. So Wazur, or I don't know, like Hebrew, there are no vowels, it's just consonants, so it's W-Z-R. So, and I thought, Awazu, Bu-Wazur, I thought, oh, it's the ancient Comedian name for him. So all that stuff has clicked around for me. So when this guy told me, he saw my article, and then he saw I had a special offer for sessions for only $77. Get one of those, you guys. Get them while they last.
It's on imagicreation.com, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, mark it for me, baby. Mark it for me. And so he just instantly booked it and said, I just got to. It's just, the push was to do that right away. Anyway, it was the most amazing session. I'm not going to talk about his personal stuff, but he did say, well, I had these memories about being responsible for a planet blowing up and having all this guilt about it. Mm. And every single one of my past life memories, he had. He's got the same memories. And we got bouncing off on each other so well. I said, what about Atlantis? He goes, oh, yeah, that was my fault, too. And I said, do you want to hear the dream I had about it? He goes, yes. And I told him, I was like, that fits perfectly. Oh, my God, I've got goosebumps. That's so true.
Holy cow.
So it was so fun. And I swear, he's me. He's so exactly like me, only in a young man. He's a writer, and the work went through some challenging experiences with a play that is currently in production that he wrote. So I've always wanted to write, and he said, oh, I'm visual. It all comes to me in images. I get whole stories in my sleep and dreams. I'm like, me too, But I have all these outlines, but I don't ever finish writing it. And while I was talking to him, it hit me as like, oh, he's the me who's doing the writing.
He's the detail. You're the
I'm the visual artist, the painter, the sculptor. He says, I don't do any of that stuff. He's doing all that. So whoever we all are, our joint energy is going into that. And it relieved a burden from me, because I thought I'm supposed to be writing. And the pain that I usually have in my arm dissipated by 35% easy, just with that realization. There is a me that's doing this writing. Right. So I said, thank you. And I said, and then, we were just joking. His sense of humor is mine too. It's like, I said, okay, I want to see the stuff that you're writing. He goes, oh no, now if I don't write, I'm going to be hurting Sarah. The guilt, I can't handle it. Because if he doesn't write, my arm hurts. And it was the most fun. And he totally popped a bunch of old stuff just instantly. And the visuals he gave for the things he saw during his shamanic journeys, I totally saw them. It was amazing. And I want you to know about this because this is where we're heading. This is the new earth. We get to meet our other aspects of ourselves and know each other. It's so fun. We're going to be, dancing on clouds, probably literally by then. And then the second thing that happened is, and I've had this neck arm thing for years, and it's called stenosis, which means the bones are growing in and pinching nerves, and it hurts all the way down my arm, which has prevented me from being able to write because it's painful for me to type. It causes pain. And last night, I'm awake at 3 a.m. It must be the magic time, right? Mm-hmm. And once again, I got this feeling of that movement going through me. And so to give you some history, a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago, I was doing this a lot where I would tune in to, I don't know, how the earth wanted me to move or the energy that moved my body. And I would have this experience of just would start walking. And sometimes, you stretch and it just feels so good, but it doesn't feel like you're doing any effort. It's almost like you're moving, your body's moving itself. Right. And I could do entire workouts where I could do moves and things. Like I ended up at one time, my hands straight up, standing up on the very top of my tiptoes, not on point, but on my tiptoes, just absolutely still unbalanced for like 2 minutes. I can't do that. Obviously, my body can. Yes. So I hadn't done it for a while. I got really sick about 10, 11 years ago, and it kind of tanked me with my connection with my body. And I was able to teach this stuff too. It's not just me. Everybody has it. Mm-hmm. So I hadn't done it for a while. So I got that feeling at 3 a.m. last night that I wanted to do this. And I ended up standing at the foot of my bed because I was in my bed and doing these movements, and I was always in balance, as I always am. And all of a sudden, I lost my balance backwards and bumped the cabinet behind me. So earlier that day, I'd seen a tweet that talked about being able to see what they thought were orbs or air spirits in the air when you look at the blue sky. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to get a picture of a painting I'd done of that. I don't know very many other people who see these things. It was really exciting. And I have a painting on that wall that I bumped into. It's just sitting on top of there, leaning against the TV because I don't watch the TV. And I didn't put it in a stable way, I guess. And I thought about it. Oh, that's kind of near the edge. That might fall. I left it there anyway. So when I bumped into the thing, the painting fell and hit me right in the back of my neck. Ooh. And then landed harmlessly on the ground. And I went, ooh, whoa, what was that about? Oh, okay. And it swore a little bit. And I put my CBD ointment on it. And then I got turn everything off. So I unplugged my computer, turned everything off, disconnected all the appliances, and shut down my modem. I shut off everything and slept until 2 this afternoon.
Wow.
And I woke up and that ever-present is gone.
Really?
That picture frame did something and it adjusted my neck or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is this possible?
Divine intervention.
I know. So coincidences are not coincidences. I don't know.
Definitely not. Wow. That's fantastic.
And this is the kind of stuff.
That way. Let's just keep moving, keep it going.
Yeah. And like I said, everybody can do this. This is how the original yogis developed their movements. They followed the energy, but other people couldn't follow it. So they showed them patterns, right? Mm-hmm. So if you stand up and just, your feet, hips width apart or whatever, and then just start kind of rocking your hips a little bit, just a little bit movement, and not a big one. The smaller, the better. And just try to see if you can get to the point where you feel it and stay there for a while. And then you might notice, oh, maybe I kind of want to go forward and back a little. And just stay with that and feel that and let it move you. And you may not do anything more than that, and that's great. And if you have to sit through something, a long work meeting or something like that, boring. Go ahead and like just tune into that. You can get this movement so subtle. This is just a slight little like you can imagine that long seaweed in the ocean just blowing gently in the breeze, and let that ocean just flow through your body and get really small. And it's going to be amazing for your body. You're tuning into the life force. You're connecting with the earth.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going down.
Have fun.
So
Awesome.
having your feet flat on the floor, like, is that important? Or you were doing it in your house, which was lifted off the ground?
Yeah, no, it does. I didn't have to be on the ground. And when I did classes in it, we were in an office building. So no, you don't have to, but it can't hurt to do that, I guess.
That sounds great. We've lost that connection to the earth, and there's so much that must come up through there. We talk about energies, which is hard for people to grasp hold of, I think, sometimes a bit intangible. But if you think about electricity and magnetics and things like that, they are definitely easy to find. The scientists can gauge that. That is what the Schumann resonance is about, isn't it? It's looking at the resonance of the earth. So there's plenty going on there that's looking up, and if we can connect with that, then we'll be a lot more grounded, literally grounded. Yes.
And for people who are not visual, I get information visually. Annabelle, you get it through sound, but also through movement. You know, this is the way, if you feel like, I don't really get the energy, I'm not really that kind of a like mental kind of out there person, a way for you to really grok the energy that's in your space around you. Fun, fun, fun.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for listening.
See you then.
Have fun with it, everybody. Bye.